This one move could add years to your retirement nest egg, says Ann Turgeson over the Wall Street Journal. And we're going to show you this article for retirees in their 60s. So it's not just the 60s, but the move that adds years to the nest egg. And she talks about Roth conversions. In fact, you see here, we're putting $1 in and we're getting all these $100 bills out. That is pretty interesting. By the way, Merry Christmas to you, my friends. Merry Christmas. Unfortunately, if you voted for Trump, you're just getting a bunch of coal in your stocking. I would say that's fortunate. And do people not remember histoire? Getting coal was not a bad thing. Coal actually gave you a way to heat your house. Yeah. So give me a bunch of coal. I'll be more than happy to take it off your hands. So if you want to throw me a coal in your stock, in my stock, and I'll be happy to take that from you, my friends. All right. So let's read here. Boomers moved billions from retirement savings into tax-free accounts this year. This strategy can make your nest egg last longer in retirement. And she never really gets around to how it can make your nest egg last longer. The implication is because you pay less taxes, essentially what the implication or insinuation is, you'll have more money to last. But the Roth conversion in of itself isn't the elixir that some people think it is. If I have 25% taxes on the front end, or 25% tax on the back end, and I get the same rate of return on either side, it doesn't. All things are equal, man. That doesn't make your nest egg last longer. If I have 25% taxes, 25%, it's just a matter of arbitrage. Can I pay less tax now to avoid more tax in the future? That's what we're trying to accomplish here. And then you got to factor in other things like I talk about in my book. I don't have it here. Tax bombing retirement accounts. We got to worry about IRMA. You can also, if you have Roth IRA, Roth distributions, they don't affect your capital gain tax. You don't have to pay capital gains tax if you stay in the 12%. There's a million other things we can do here with Roth, but it's not free and doesn't inherently extend your portfolio. This weird observation. Anyway, she was right here. Those who convert portions of their balance if they fall into lower tax brackets in the early years of retirement may generate enough tax savings to make their portfolios last up to 7 years longer. It's just an odd thing to say. And this is my man Bill Reichenstein, right there. Look, Bill Reichenstein. So he says those who convert portions of their balance if they fall into lower tax brackets in the early years of retirement may generate enough tax savings to make their portfolios last up to 7 years long. Okay, maybe. That's gonna be a tough one there. But anyway, and my man's now a professor emeritus at Baylor, and he works for T. Rowe Price with helps individuals create retirement accounts with tax efficient withdrawal savings. Strategies. I get that. It's man. There's a lot of dancing that goes on this stuff, and I just look. I wrote a book on the benefits of Roth. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. I just find that this gets overplayed to some regard, without question. The irony of all ironies is Reichenstein. I emailed back in 2012, 13, no 12. Yeah, 12, either 11 or 12. I asked him about tax-free Social Security. I said, if you have no income, do you pay income tax on your Social Security? Because Reichenstein and a guy named Bill Meyer did some software programming, talk about Social Security, stuff like that. And I said, because I got this article from an insurance guy that one of my clients, who's like a Navy admiral, said, can you read this for me? Because it seems almost too good to be true. And I read it. I'd never heard this idea of provisional income and how it can be taxed, your Social Security can be tax-free and whatnot. I'd never heard this. And then reading this article, I was like, holy crap. I emailed Reichenstein. I said, you ever heard this? He goes, no, he hadn't. And, he's an expert on Social Security. And just goes to show you, just because they're a professor doesn't mean they know any more than you or I. Now, I'm not here to bash Bill Reichenstein. And he might say, I never got that email from him. That's fine. Don't care. But I was stunned. I was stunned by this. Like, man, this insurance guy knows what the hell he's talking about more so than me. With a CFP at that point, I had almost 15 years in the business. I have 15 years in the business. Never forget that. It opened my eyes up to a whole new world out there. Kind of like the first time I drank a pint of Guinness. I was like, ooh, I like this. And we got my man Ed Slott here. So Ann quotes Ed Slott. She quotes Reichenstein, and she does not quote your old buddy Josh. Because I'm just a guy in my freaking t-shirt with my beard. Because I got my beard on because I got that. See, I had not a growth, but like some kind of thing right there, a skin thing. And I went to Dermo and they said, let's just slice that puppy off. And they took it to a biopsy and I'm still waiting to hear back. So it's just recovering from that. So I didn't want to shave and nick that. So, but my beard is getting very itchy and I don't like it. And I don't think I look as good as what I want the ladies to see. Because you got to be looking good for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Probably only have 10% of my subscribers are probably women. Let's see. At Fidelity Investments, Roth conversions grew by 45%, man, in the last 12 months. That's fantastic. In fact, in 2020, 300,000 people converted over 14 billion of money, and which is way up from 137,000 people in 2017 who only converted 4.4 billion. That's fantastic. When Roth conversions pay, people in their 60s have reasons to consider Roth conversions with the extension of the Trump tax cuts, which we don't know if they're going to be extended or not. But anyway, taxable income tends to increase for many retirees at age 73 when they're going to hit their RMDs. Combined with Social Security and other income that can push a taxpayer into a higher tax bracket, raise their Medicare premiums on IRMA, or even trigger the 3.8% NIIT, the net investment income tax. All right, right on. By shifting money to Roths, retirement savers can shrink their traditional accounts. That reduces their future required distributions and the taxes they create. Yeah, what was that? Those at Roths can also take tax-free withdrawals to supplement their taxable income and stay within a lower tax bracket. Yep, that's true. In fact, they give us a little thing right here. House Republicans said they intend to move a bill in the first 100 days of the new Congress to include the tax cuts. Well, let's hope so. If the Republicans can't get that done, what freaking good are they? And they give an example here that we got $2 million in an IRA, $300,000 in a bank account, a 65-year-old married couple. They live off their bank account first. They convert $400,000 a year into the Roth for 3 years. After 3 years, they have $1.1 million in the Roth, $1.1 million in traditional. These guys lived off their bank accounts first with no conversions, and they had 2.4 in their traditional by the time they hit 68. By the time RMDs kick in, these guys only have 49,000 of RMDs. These guys got 111,000. As such, total lifetime tax savings $334,000 by doing the Roth conversions. The third option, of course, this is a false dichotomy, and I talk about this all the time, is that they live off their instead of living off their brokerage accounts, what they could do is just live off their IRAs here and allow their brokerage account to continue on. In fact, right here we got Bill Walsh. You know, he used to coach the 49ers. Apparently, he's only 57 years old. He says they plan to cover their expenses by selling their brokerage account investments at a capital gain tax rate of up to 15%. To take advantage of the lower tax bracket in 2025, they'll convert $200,000 from their traditional IRA to the Roth. I would actually say, again, for most people I work with, I said, not even do that. Just live off your IRAs. Allow your brokerage accounts to keep growing and growing and growing. And this thing's step-up basis. You lost the capital gain tax. If you have a VTI, for instance, a Vanguard ETF or an index fund, no capital gains. And dividends are very low. The dividends are still qualified. So it's like you're like, all right, just live off your IRAs, man. You know, allow your brokerage accounts to grow. It transfers to your kids tax-free, just like a Roth. And there's no 10-year limits on when your kids have to spend all that money down like in a Roth. I like Roth. But if I got 3 accounts, a brokerage account, or 2 accounts, a brokerage account and an IRA, instead of doing Roth conversions, living off my brokerage account, I'm gonna do no Roth conversions and use my IRA instead, and make my brokerage account as aggressive as can be as possible. So for me, I got everything in a Roth now, which is great, and everything going in is going to VTI, my brokerage account. I don't add anything to the Roth. I just like the idea of having access to my money, man. So I don't want to tie that money up at all in Roth, i.e., I guess I'm under the age of 59 and a half, and you're not. But still, at the end of the day, I like the fact that a brokerage account, Roth is preferable. Don't get me wrong. You always want a Roth first and foremost. But the problem that I have is doing Roth conversions, living off your brokerage account isn't. They don't talk about this right here. They don't talk about this as part of the tax savings, and that's a problem, man. The Roth in of itself isn't the gravy that a lot of people think. Again, huge. Anyway, I wouldn't do that. I would just live off your brokerage account, live off your IRA, allow your brokerage account to grow. Let's see. We got Bill Simons has been doing Roth conversions since 2020. He and his wife Mary, a retired school fundraising coordinator, are taking Social Security and have rental income, but they've still been able to convert close to $150,000 a year while still remaining in the 24% tax bracket. They have a downside for people who are paying Medicare premium surcharges who are tied to income 1%. So yeah, it's a good article. I don't disagree with it, but I don't like the idea it's going to add 7 years to your portfolio, that you're going to save all that money without looking at a third option as well. But something to think about. All right, God bless. Don't forget to paw that like button. Merry Christmas, happy lump of coal, and we'll just see you next time. Thanks, guys.